If you're in the market looking for a 7-seater SUV, but you don't really know where or what to look out for because, 7-seater SUVs, not all of them look nice. They have some compromises, lack of boot space, the third row doesn't offer enough head or leg room. Well, I may have the answer for you. This car right here is an 8-seater SUV and it's called the Hyundai Palisade. Just by looking at this beefcake of a car, you sort of know how much the endless possibilities this car can actually offer you and your passengers. But anyway, first things first, right? If you're wondering what this curve light is, this is the daytime running lights. Nothing like we've seen before in any other car. First time actually. So when you're actually driving at night and you have this thing turn on, it's instantly recognizable as the Palisade. It looks like as if it's a continuous strip running behind the sheet metal, so it's very neat and it's very clean. This right here is actually the signal indicator, and this right here are just your headlights. This full LED. And of course you have this metallic grille up front that just adds on to the aggression and the menacing look of the whole car. The Hyundai Palisade is priced at $217,999. The 3.5-litre turbocharged engine produces 274 brake horsepower and 336 Nm of torque. The 8-speed transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km per hour in 8.2 seconds. For more details on the Hyundai Palisade or any other car, head on to sgCarMart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Then we have the 20-inch wheels right here, very decently designed. 20-inch to a lot of people is, it's too big, it's just going to cause a lot of road noise, it's going to compromise my ride quality. Not quite the case. In fact, I reckon the 20-inch right here looks perfectly fine on the Palisade because it doesn't look too small and it doesn't look too big. So it's sort of almost like a sweet spot, this 20-inch rims. And of course here, just like the daytime running lights, you know how most signal indicators are usually just here? But this has an additional one on top. So when you're actually signaling, this whole thing blinks in orange and it just looks very cool. It's clearer for people in front of you. When they look at the rear view mirror, they sort of know your intentions, and that's just the whole idea of signaling intentions. This right here, this is the sheer size of the Hyundai Palisade. Now in Singapore, it goes against Mazda CX-9. Of course, globally, it goes against a lot of other different cars. You have the Kia Telluride and Toyota something. I don't even know what they are called because they're not even available in Singapore. So just quick information, the Kia Telluride is based on the exact same platform as the Palisade, but it's quite pointless because I'm not too sure if Kia is bringing in the Telluride. Oh well. Now what its competitor doesn't offer, like the CX-9 doesn't offer, is the looks of the car, the presence that this car really exudes. So you have this vertical tail lights that mirrors the vertical headlights in front, and of course you have the Palisade word running across the width of the car. Electric tailgate as standard. When you open this up, what you're looking at is a measly boot space. Now I say measly because it just fits this and this. Luggage and anti-trolley. Obviously it won't pass a length test. But you got to understand all 3 rows are in place. Now if I take this out so that you guys can have a better look at it, this right here is 311 liters worth of boot space. If you compare this to MPVs, 7-seater MPVs, and even other 7-seater SUVs in the market right now, this is actually about 100 liters more. So it's already impressive. Now if this isn't enough, all you have to do is just knock the seats down like this, just pull up. It folds completely flat. It's like a flat bed right here. In this format, it's over 700 liters worth. Obviously, it's going to pass the anti-trolley length test and of course the luggage and a lot of others. It even comes with this little carpet to cover it up nicely, so as to protect the seats. And if this, for some reason, just isn't enough for you, say you're going to IKEA and you need to buy long items, no problems at all. The Palisade comes with 2 buttons. You just have to press it and it folds completely flat, just like this. It's so easy, it's so convenient. In this format, it's over 1,200 liters, and obviously 1,200 liters can get you like a lot of stuff. There are also hooks by the side here, and a 12-volt socket. What's the complaint? And to get into the third row seats is really very easy and convenient. So there's a button right here, similar to the button right here. It does essentially the same function. All you have to do is just press one time and it moves like this, so that this allows for a very big aperture for someone who's even taller or bigger than me to go into the third row. When you're in here, you get to enjoy a lot of knee room, as I am now, and headroom as well. I'm about 160, so I think people who are reasonable, I would think 170, maybe you can push even to 175. You'll still be able to enjoy sufficient head and leg room. And mind you, this isn't because the seat in front has been pushed in front. In fact, this is all the way back, so you're getting significant amounts of leg room in front. So nothing to worry about. Hyundai says that you can fit 3 at the back. I reckon you can fit 3 kids, but not 3 adults, not even 3 of me. And I'm quite small, because if I sit in the center like this, it sort of feels like it's going to be too squeezy for other 2 of your friends beside you. So I reckon 3 kids would be more reasonable. What you do get is a lot of cup holders. You got 2 cup holders there and 1 USB port here, which is the same as what you get on the other side. So you can put bottled waters and your phone. And get this, I'm feeling very comfortable also because the aircon vents, as with the second row, is fitted on the roof. So you can actually feel the air blowing at you. You don't feel warm, you don't feel like it's very suffocating behind. And as with all the windows at the side here, it sort of feels very airy. You don't feel claustrophobic here, which is very, very important, especially when it's your kids that you're going to fit here. So all in all, I would say the third row is really quite impressive. I'm actually quite comfortable like this. So yeah, let's check out the second row. One-touch buttons. Now in the second row seats, the first thing you'll notice that I mentioned before is the aircon vents. It's similar to the one on the third row. It's installed into the roof lining, something that's very different. In fact, most cars don't do this. So it comes with climate control here, and usually you would see air vents coming up from here. So this sort of works well because it blows air right to you and your passengers instead of just from here blowing to your legs. So this sort of makes a lot of sense. Of course, space-wise, I'm getting ample. This seat has already been adjusted to John's sitting position, and yet it's like a lot. You can even sit cross-legged. So I suspect people who are up to maybe even 1.85, 1.9 even, you're just going to enjoy ample leg as well as head room. And if you want to be a friendly passenger and you want to give the guys behind more leg room, you can by just moving up and down. So it gives you a lot of adjustment leeways. You can also recline if you want to. So if you're going for long road trips up north, this will just be perfect for you. You can just lie down, relax. If not, this is fine like this. It's very comfortable. The seats are almost flat, so you can actually sit 3 adults, no problem. In the center seat is just as soft and plush as the sides. So you can just sit up here, and 2 of your friends can still sit here, and you'll still enjoy a lot of leg room, knee room, and even shoulder room. It's comfortable also because the transmission tunnel is down low, so you have a lot of space for your feet. And of course, you get ISOFIX points here and here as well, so child seats not a problem. If it's just the 2 of you, pull this down, you get more cup holders. It'll fit the regular water bottle. It won't fit like the huge chunky ones that I have. But again, that's like 1 in 1,000, so it's fine. But this will definitely get the job done. Also soft, leathery, premium sort of feel. And that's just how the whole back seat feels. Very premium. There are no hard plastics really. I mean, all these are actually soft rubber. And there's wood trimmings as well. These are soft rubber. So you can actually hear the difference. Can you hear that? This is hard and this is still soft. So it all rubbery. So it feels very well thought out. What's also well thought out is this. You get 2 USB ports right here, so it's sort of smart. When you're charging your phone with the wire, you can just chuck your phone here. It gets the job done. Or there's even an additional pocket right here that you can just do this, and it just gets the job done. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Say for example you're going for a long road trip, right? And you feel, sometimes passengers feel that they're cooped up in the car for too long. They feel very claustrophobic. They feel very nauseous. Well, this will do a lot of good. So it's just a one-touch and this opens up so to let more air, or sorry, to let more light come in. You can't open the glass roof, so you can let more light in. So your rear passengers, your third row as well as second row, are just gonna have a lot of light. So it feels very airy, it feels very lively. So that's always a good thing. Now at the helm, you sort of feel and realize just how premium the Hyundai Palisade really is. As with all the rest of the rows that I've already covered, everything is just soft to the touch. It's very nice. You get wood trimmings here, as with right here as well. Even the dashboard is soft. You get this nice beige cream color that runs across, and some matte silver and grey color finishing right here. So the good thing for me is that the piano black surfaces are just limited to this area, so you don't get a lot of like fingerprints all over the center console. The multifunctional steering wheel is familiar fanfare right here. I mean, you look at this and you know that immediately this is a Hyundai stuff, right? Everything is here, very functional, very easy to use, very straightforward, and of course beyond that is your instrument panel. All the information you need is all there, toggle via the steering wheel. Now this 10-inch infotainment system touchscreen is actually very, very cool and very intuitive. Now of all the functions inside here, I want to touch on this driver talk. This driver talk, when I press it, when I activate it, microphone will pick my voice out. So I'm not too sure if you can hear the difference, but it's actually echoey at the back right now. So because of the size, the length of the car, I don't really want to shout if I want to communicate to the kids at the back. So I just activate this. Speakers, my voice will come out through the rear speakers because the front microphone will pick up my voice. So that's really cool. When I'm done, just press N or press the N on the phone here and it's deactivated. Another one that I want to talk about is this. There's another function called quiet mode. It's also it's a very family friendly sort of function, because if the kids are asleep and I don't really want to turn off my music, I still want to continue listening to my tunes, all I have to do is just activate this quiet mode and behind just shuts off and the music will only be played in front. And it works significantly well because when you activate this and you try sitting at the back, you can only hear very muffled sounds. You can still hear a little bit, but it's definitely down low, very soft muffling. So it works very, very well. All the shortcut buttons are all here. And then you get your, climate control is all here. What you really need to know is all here. Actually, I have no idea why I'm still buckled up actually.
Because this is take 2.
And the thing that's obviously the most obvious thing that you'll actually take note is the gear lever is now gone. It's replaced by 3 buttons, R, N, D, and P. This reminds you of electric cars like the Ioniq Electric. It sort of just looks like this. It's still very intuitive. You don't have to feel weird. In fact, it's just it feels almost very natural to just press this and handle it. It's very good. Obviously, there's one disadvantage I can think of is when you're driving, you can't rest your arm on the lever anymore. You'll have to rest here on the center console, but that's just a really, really small quibble. The good thing, obviously, is that it's now clean. Flat, clean surface right here. You get auto hold function, you get ventilated seats, and of course the rear view camera right here. If I just put on reverse, that's where you get it. You can actually zoom in if you want to, like this. You can zoom out again if you want to, and of course you have different views, which is very functional and very useful when you are parking a car this big and long. The only complaint I have for the rear camera is that it's not high definition because you still see a bit of blurry at the sides. I don't really know why. Even here as well, it's not fully high def because there are some other cars right now that have this function and it's very, very high definition, just not this. But again, it's a really, really small quibble because, I mean, that's just nitpicking. Elsewhere, right here, just push this open. Very slick action. If I take all my barang out, you get another USB port right here. You get wireless charging, and of course this big square space. And if you want to have more cup holders, you just push this and your cup holders appears, and you get more stuff here. There's like, I don't know, for you to put coins or another phone or stuff. You get another USB port and another 12-volt socket, and it's quite deep. So I'm talking about deep, like this deep. So it's probably like this. You get like this. So it's Can put a lot of stuff inside here. And if this is not enough for you, for some reason, you get actually more space below here. It's ridiculous. You can put your water bottle here, like my chunky big 1 liter water bottle. Yeah, it goes here. And of course, there's another 12 volt right here. And of course, another USB socket if you need to. Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff. That's really cool. There's just so many things to cover. This just does so many things. But anyway, the last thing I have to cover obviously is, can this car drive as good as it looks? That's one way to find out. Now, the Hyundai Palisade is capable of pumping out at 274 brake horsepower and 335 Newton meters of torque, and all these figures come from the 3.5 litre V6 lump up front. The Palisade, it doesn't embarrass you with all these sorts of figures, right? Because it completes the century sprint in 8.2 seconds. If you think about it, it's mighty impressive because this car weighs 1.9 tons. Now you have the sheer weight, the sheer size, and yet you can still complete the century sprint in 8.2 seconds. Now that's really nothing short of impressive. But again, like I said, I mean, after driving this car for so many days, so many times, I don't think about that. I don't think about those kinds of stuff. The figures are important because it helps you do overtaking maneuvers with absolute ease and comfort, no less. But it's really how the car makes you feel on the road, how the car makes me feel on the road at least. And because you are piloting such a big car, the Palisade comes with several safety assistants, but I think none quite as effective as the blind spot camera that it provides. So every time I signal, there's a blind spot that appears in my instrument panel. It's clear, it's sharp, and it works all the time, day or night. And if it so happens to have, another car coming up, the blind spot monitor will light up on your mirror. And obviously, if you signal, which you should, by the way, the camera pops up. So it kind of covers all ground. It's like almost saying you no longer have any reason to knock onto something on your blind spot anymore, be it left or right. So it's useful, at least it's functional. Yes, there are other cars out there in the market that also provides this. The other one that comes to mind is the Kia Sorento. That also provides. But I like how this works. It's intuitive, it's straightforward. It's just there, man. It's just there. So the Hyundai Palisade, will buy, won't buy, or go try the car. In all honesty, personally, if my pockets were deep enough, I will definitely buy this car because that's how much I genuinely like this car. Unfortunately, for the sake of sgCarMart reviews, to be really fair, I think you need to go try the car. It has to be a go try, and I say it for two reasons. Reason number one, at its current price, because of COE, not a lot of people can afford to pay over $215,000. It's a hard and big pill to swallow. And you can't even blame Hyundai because it's COE that's driving the prices up. Number two, the sheer size of the Palisade might be off-putting for quite a lot of people. Might be quite off-putting to a lot of people, sorry. Because I feel very comfortable driving this car. I feel confident driving this car. I have no problems parking, reverse and parallel. I have no problem placing it on the road. But it's unfair for me to judge it based on my experience because I've driven so many different cars. And also, to be fair, I've been driving this car for quite a while already. And hence I'm very comfortable with it. This car gives you that feeling, that comfortable feeling. But I'm afraid, I suspect not a lot of people will be able to handle such a big car. If you go to places like Tampines 1, parking, the size, the space, how cramped it actually is. If you go to like Wisma Atria car park where the turning radius is just horrendous, it can be very daunting. And when you buy a car like this to ferry you and your family, I would assume that you'll need a second driver, and that will probably be the missus. Even for my wife, when she tried driving this car, it was very daunting for her. Hence, you will need to go try the car. All else, this car just is worth every single dollar and cent. That's how good the Palisade really is. So yes, go try. So there you have it, guys. That's the review of the Hyundai Palisade. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I have reviewed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also like and share the video with your friends and families as well. Please don't forget to hit the bell notification button so that you'll be notified every time we upload new videos. Also, please comment in the comment box below and let us know what you think about the car. Will you buy, won't buy, or go try the Hyundai Palisade? You can also follow sgCarMart on TikTok. The handle would be @sgCarMart. We have all things automotive, fun, educational, evocative. Follow. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, ciao!